Why should people pick you over your competitors? That's the question that, whether or not you've realized it, is what your prospects are asking themselves. And it's the question that determines how quickly or how slowly people will buy from you, if at all. Why you versus the other options? Yet most businesses don't give this idea a second thought. And it's the reason their competitors will consistently outsell them. It's why they will spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands on marketing and advertising in an attempt to outshine this missing piece. Think about it. When you think about getting in the car to go eat, you compare options. When you hop on Amazon to find a new keyboard, you look at the features and compare which one has the best reviews and the best value. Yet as business owners, many of us have not thought twice about who or what our prospects are comparing us to. And that is a slippery slope, because if you're not driving the conversation, you're letting your competition do it instead. And you're asking your prospects to do the heavy lifting on deciding why you. Now, you've heard me say this before, but premium high-intent clients don't want to search for why they should choose you. If you send them on a wild goose chase trying to figure it out, they will simply move on to the next option. So how are you ensuring that your prospects know why you are the best, or better yet, only solution for them? That is what we are talking about here today. Now, hey, and welcome back to the Business Real Talk. Today is a big day. It's the 100th episode of the Business Real Talk. And let's be real, it has been an incredible journey so far. So we want to start by thanking all of you who tune in each week. We're honored to be the place that you go to for the real talk on business growth and scaling. And today's episode is one that is near and dear to my heart. It's everything I stand for and believe in. It's the innovation revolution that I'm passionate about leading. So it feels only natural that in today's episode, we take it back to where it all started and talk about Innovative Advantage, the expert's guide to creating a methodology that leads to more sales, loyal customers, and making your competition irrelevant. So a few years ago, we had a leak in our upstairs bathroom pipe that leaked into our kitchen downstairs. I woke up frantic, looking for a plumber who would come and fix the pipe. Now, like most of us, I called the first 4 plumbers that popped up on Google with over 4-star reviews. Now, I called each and every single one of them to get a quote, and I got prices that ranged from $300 all the way up to $1,200. Now, each of them were offering the same service with the same approach, that they all sounded exactly the same. So it really just came down to personal choice. And I was totally ready to settle for one of the 2 cheapest options until I decided to just give it one more chance and look for one more choice, only to find what I call the golden ticket. Now, what got me was that they shared that they had the 3 steps to a perfect fix. So I called the company, they quickly take down my information, and they hit me with the first question. Would I prefer for them to come out today in the next 4 hours? Yes, please. And then they say, perfect, because we've got the same day service policy where a plumber will come out the same day, and we give you a 4-hour window, but we've created an app that keeps you up to date so you know exactly where your plumber will be, so you don't have to sit at home and wait. Now, at this point, I was pretty much speechless because, let's be honest, that is the biggest frustration when it comes to hiring a service person. And then she went on to share that with any pipe repair, their plumbers would come to fix it with 3 flat rate fix-it options, meaning that they would give you the good, the better, and the best option so that you could decide which one fits your needs right now. Oh, and they also share that they would use a camera inspection of our pipes so that they can see whether or not there were multiple leaks in the same area and see if there's a bigger issue that we just weren't seeing, rather than just creating a Band-Aid. Let me just take a minute. This was amazing. My first thing that came out of my mouth was, yes, let's set this up. I didn't ask the price. I didn't think twice. I was 100% sold. And guess what? I told everyone I knew about this plumbing company, because this plumber had created an innovative solution to a nagging issue. The first thing they solved was having to wait for service, both for days for someone to come out or that dreaded 4-hour window. Then they solved the problem of feeling like you're being swindled. Because let's be honest, when you hire one of these service people, you have no idea if what they're telling you is true, whether or not you're getting the most expensive option or there was a better way to go. It feels like you're just kind of going in, which leads us to the fact that you feel like you're blindly trusting that what they say is what you really need. This right here is what it looks like when you know why you're the best, why you're the only option for high intent people, because you are solving a problem that's so frustrating, something that they didn't think was even possible. They drop everything to work with you. I want you to think about that for a minute because that changes everything about how you run your business. And that's exactly what we're after. So I want you to ask yourself, how do we determine why someone should pick you over everyone else? That's the question you should be asking yourself right now. Because everyone can say they're the best, but how are you proving that you're the only solution? That is the question that we're going to answer today. I want you to be able to confidently say, we're the only one doing XYZ. Because without your innovative advantage, the reality is that you're competing for attention. You're competing for market share. You're competing for clients. And here's the reality. You have 4 choices. Option number 1 is you're the one with the best deal. You're the person running discounts, beta offers, bundles, lower price options aimed at getting people in the door, hoping that they see the value in what you do. Option number 2, you create a business that is pouring countless resources into marketing, because if you stay top of mind, posting 5 times a day, then maybe you can outwork the rest. And maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, when they're ready, your name comes to mind. Option number 3, you try to build a personal brand that sells you, your personality, your lifestyle to make up for it. So you're competing to be seen in a sea of identical options. Or option number 4 is what we're talking about here today. And let's be honest, you're an expert. People should be buying consistently and effortlessly. You should be sought after by clients, podcasts, media, and collaborations. But it's exhausting, isn't it? Trying to get them to see what makes you different. Meanwhile, there's brand new businesses hitting the market every single day who go viral and have more clients than they can even keep up with. How does this even make sense? The truth is, you can either become the marketing machine, fighting for your space in that market, becoming a viral sensation, or you can choose to stand on your expertise, go where others can't go because they're a dime a dozen solution, and finally make it known why you're the only option. The choice is yours. So let's start out by understanding your current position in the market so you can get a clear bearing of how well your expertise is being recognized in the market right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to rate on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not at all, and 10 being instantly understood. I want you to be able to rate each of these individually. So when it comes to how easily and quickly people understand this, I want you to answer from a 1 to 10. How easy and quickly do they understand what you do? How easy and quickly do they understand how you do it? How easily and quickly do they understand why that matters? I want you to be able to answer those 3 things. How easily and quickly can they understand what you do, how you do it, and why that matters? All 3. You're going to rate each of those individually from a 1 to 10. This is going to give you a good bearing of how well your positioning is working right now. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is when you get on calls, do you know that, hey, if I get someone on a call, I know that they're going to be sold on working with you? Or do you feel like they're rationalizing the value, meaning that they might be saying things like, you know what, I'm already doing X, or I already have Y, or I can't really afford this right now. Can't I just do it this other way? If they're rationalizing that, then you know that your positioning is off. So I want you to kind of look at that. Are they right now? Do I know that if I get on a call with someone, they're going to be sold? I have a 0 issue of selling them. Or are they rationalizing the value in some way, shape, or form? And number 3 is on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being they are completely glazed over, or 10 being they're locked in, they're listening to every word you say. When you're having a conversation with someone, do their eyes glaze over or tune out when you're sharing how you help people? Because let's be honest, we've all been there. I haven't worked with over 400 clients and they've all been perfect. They've all experienced this in some way, shape, or form, and it has 0 to do with their expertise. So I want to be clear on that. I have literally had clients who have been in business for decades. I'm talking 30, 40 years. And yet the reality is still the same, that they may be an undercover expert. They may be a best kept secret who's doing something massively incredible. But ultimately, when it comes to sharing that genius, sharing that expertise, it's like they're starting from scratch. So I want you to understand this. Oftentimes, it can feel like you're trying to do all of the right things. You're sharing so much value, so much information, but it doesn't feel like people actually understand that expertise. And if we're honest, that's frustrating because it feels like you're shouting into this empty void and you're at full volume, but nobody can hear you. And your years of experience, your stacks of certifications, your countless testimonials are all proof that you're doing something powerful that's changing lives. But when it comes to other people understanding that instantly, recognizing the truly incredible level of expertise you bring, you feel like you're starting from scratch. You're on ground zero because they don't know why you and only you can help them create the results they're after. That's frustrating. That's like my client Shasta. She came to me. She had 20 years in real estate investing, a true expert. And for decades, people were coming to her asking about her approach because they saw the massive success that she had. But when she would go to share how her approach worked, people didn't get it. And when people don't instantly get something, it creates hesitation. It creates overwhelm. It signals to them that this isn't the right solution and they go somewhere else. Now, within 30 days of working together, Shasta was able to bring to life her on-demand wealth machine. Within the first week of doing that, she signed a pay in full client. Within 3 weeks, she had investors throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars at her, asking her to do the same thing for them. In her client spotlight, she shared with me, Nas, in just a few weeks of working together, we did what I spent nearly 15 years trying to do. I want you to think about that. Because how can we make it crystal clear why you're not just the best solution, but you're the only solution where they sign up with zero hesitation. They happily pay you 5 to 10 times more than they are right now. They shout your name from the rooftops where you become the known and recognized innovator. It starts by answering a simple question. Okay, you ready? Why did you start your business? What was the purpose behind this business? This seemingly simple question is going to help us uncover an important piece of the puzzle, the gap. Because in any industry, there's a gap. There's this missing piece, the blank space that is currently unfulfilled in the market. So for Netflix, this was the ability to rent and return movies from the comfort of your own home. For that plumber, it was being able to create the perfect fix where you didn't have to sit around and wait. There is complete transparency in the process and you know exactly what you're getting. And by looking at why we started our business, it gives way to the natural gap that we wanted to solve. It's often something that we either experienced ourselves looking for a better way, or it's something that we watched others struggle with. This is the starting point. It's what gives way to your innovative advantage. Finding that market gap is like discovering this missing puzzle piece. Without it, no matter how hard you try, your solution won't quite fit into the larger picture. This gap represents this unmet need, that problem that hasn't been fully addressed, or a demand that hasn't been fulfilled. When you identify this gap, you're essentially finding an opportunity to carve out a space where your innovation can thrive. Because research shows that 70 to 80% of new products fail because they don't meet a real need or they enter an already saturated market. And maybe you're feeling that right now. Let's be honest. When COVID hit, markets got saturated. There are more and more businesses hitting the market every single day. The key to success isn't about creating something new. It's about creating something that answers a need that others have overlooked. So when you understand that gap, you begin to see how your solution can solve for this gap. This is where developing your innovative method comes in. It's not enough to simply recognize the opportunity. You need a clear, unique approach that's going to meet that need in a way that no one else has. So I want you to think about it like this. Finding the gap is like spotting an open lane on a crowded highway. Just finding that lane isn't enough. You need a strategy that's going to help you navigate it smoothly. And your innovative method is the way that you can drive through that lane, carving out your own path, making sure your solution gets where it needs to go in a way that no one else can. Your method is what makes your solution stand out and actually works to solve the problem in a meaningful way. So that's creating your innovative advantage. And there are 3 steps to creating it. Starts with your big result. I want you to be able to answer this question. What's the bigger, lasting transformation that can only be achieved by working with you? Now, the reality is most people are so focused on solving these small surface level problems that it becomes nearly impossible for them to expand and truly see where their innovation is. Because right now, you may be a brand strategist and you may be focusing on telling people that you help them create a cohesive brand that exudes luxury. But this could honestly apply to millions of other businesses, and it doesn't even begin to open the doors to seeing your innovative brilliance. But when you tap into this bigger result, you realize that a cohesive brand is just the mechanism. It's the tool. It's the thing that leads to the bigger purpose. So instead of building cohesive brands, your big result is that you help people build a platform for global change. Now, branding is a part of the process that we use to create that platform for global change. But now you're able to see a bigger picture and the opportunities that exist beyond your world of building websites and messaging. So, with that understanding in mind, with that clarity, now it's about having deep market understanding. Now, I want you to think about it this way. Deep market research is like having a map to a new city. It helps you navigate, it helps you spot those hidden opportunities and avoid pitfalls. So, you can really understand your market. You can identify those gaps and those emerging trends that others are missing. So, for example, when Netflix was shifting from DVD rentals to streaming, they didn't just guess at what customers might want. They studied the changing consumer behavior. They understood technological advances. They saw where the growing demand for instant on-demand content was. That style of insight is what gives you a huge advantage in creating a new market rather than just following an old one. The third and final piece of the puzzle is gap methodology. This is the final step in uncovering innovative advantage. It's developing your fully articulated methodology. This is my innovation. This is my piece of the puzzle that no one else is doing. It's where we develop this innovative gap methodology that creates a bridge between your genius and your client's highest value needs. So not only are we finding the gaps, not only are we doing the deep market research that allows you to have an understanding of where your opportunities lie and how we need to be able to innovate, but then we're creating a process where your innovative advantage comes to life, transforming you and your work into a category of one. Because you can have the most incredible solution on the planet and still be a best kept secret. Because if you don't know how to communicate that innovation in a way that resonates, where people can instantly understand how you and only you can solve their problem, you will still struggle to become a leader, to become the innovator. Because when you have this, when you understand creating an innovative gap methodology that tackles those 3 things, it removes all hesitations. It creates demand. It creates a tangible way for you to share your expertise and innovation in a way where people just get it. It's what earns you the recognition, not only from the industry, but from the world. You're creating truly something profound. And whether you want to become a global phenomena or you just want to change your small part of the world, your method will outlive you, creating a legacy of change that is going to create a profound impact, not to mention the level of demand you create. Because I want you to think about it this way. Why wouldn't people come running when you've created a solution that people have been pining for? Where your marketing showcases that so clearly that people are coming to you thankful because you've created a gift and you're no longer selling because people instantly get it. And you get to be in your happy place serving clients, getting them amazing results because your method made everything about how you do your business easier and more impactful. It's how my client Michelle made $70,000 in 1 month as a relationship coach, helping women have it all. Or how my client Piper created a holistic protocol that healed the root of tick syndrome while bringing in $109,000 in 1 month. Or how Sarah changed the entire face of the mental health industry by merging the brain and the body with her embodied paradise method. This is where real change happens, and it's the power behind the EasyS method, where the first step is developing your innovative advantage, where you win the market, you render your competition irrelevant. This is the answer to becoming the only solution to high intent, ready to buy clients. And it's how my clients are able to charge 5 to 10 times more and have clients who are happily lining up to work with them. The second step is simply amplifying your innovation through a bingeable decision system. See, as experts, we understand that we go beyond simply creating hype around your work. We want to create a transparent and strategic approach that drives decisions. So, our bingeable decision system leverages the power of the Netflix effect to create this automated conversion pathway where leads binge their way to an easy yes. This is the answer to creating an acquisition system that's going to mirror your premium client's natural decision making process so that they can come in and easily and quickly make decisions with zero hesitation. And finally, is delivering world class results because as an expert, your ability to create change is directly hinged on how you're able to support your clients at scale. Now, the happy client machine allows you to ensure that you're creating the highest level of service without being fully dependent upon you. So, you create a delivery system that scales while creating happy clients who rave about your work. This is the easiest method difference. It's why I'm grateful to spend 100 episodes with you, sharing the real talk on what it takes to create a highly scalable, profitable, and sustainable business that brings about real change. And I want to invite you to your next level by booking your growth optimization call with me. This is your opportunity to see how we can apply the ECS method in your business and walk away with complete clarity on how to optimize your current strategy for growth. So I'd love to invite you to book your call right now by heading on over to easyesleads.com/call. And I promise you this will be the most illuminating call you'll ever have. Now, if you're new around here or you just want to take a deeper dive into how the EZS method works so that you can get your leads to sell themselves with a simple and scalable 3-step system, I want to invite you to check out our Netflix Effect mini series right now. This completely revamped series will give you the insider look at how this unconventional reverse marketing strategy works to get your leads to sell themselves. So you can check that out now by heading on over to easyesleads.com. Now, I am so grateful to celebrate this 100th episode with you here today. And I would be even more grateful if you could take a quick moment out of your busy day and just rate, subscribe, and share this episode with another expert because I'm on a mission to help experts change the world. But until next time, here's to keeping it real.